Hi all, Cynthia here from NB Pretty Papers, up today with something a little bit different and new for me. So for 2018, I've decided that I will do a bullet journal. So over the years I've had a few different types of journals or diaries. Nothing has ever really been successful. I'm not a big writer, so I don't sit down and do a dear diary at all. But I like to keep track of tasks, and there's a couple of things that I want to try this year as well, involving a little bit more writing for me. And so I thought I'd give this a go. So I've also had a Heidi Swap planner. I love their aspect and the idea of decorating and making them pretty. That combines my love for papercraft and painting and getting into a little bit of doodling, and I've been practicing a little bit of you know what that is, don't you? Font writing, not font, script writing, that's what I'm thinking of. So I want to try to get something that will combine all those. So I'm hoping that a bullet journal will do that. I have watched a trillion, at least, process videos of people that do bullet journals, and I've got a range of ideas of what I like and what I think I might try. So I will see how I go for this year. I make no promises that it's going to keep going, but I'm going to give it a good crack. So you can see here I have a number of different pens out as well, and I actually also have some Tombos, but I took them into the bedroom with me last night to practice a little bit of script writing with them, and I've obviously left them in there. So I have a few different types of pens, as I was saying, and what I did at the back of the journal was did a little bit of a test to see how they all work. So that was the Tombow, and as you can see, it didn't ghost or bleed through at all. Here's the American Craft Precision pens, and I really like those, and I actually really like the way they write as well. They're very, very smooth when they write, and they didn't bleed through, so I'll certainly be keeping those in the pile to be used. These are the Crayola Super Tips. They ghosted a little bit, so I might see how I go. I may use them occasionally. I think I'll try to get a few more Tombos. They are all I have at the moment, so I might build my collection of those up. Also, you can see here the Sharpies. This is the Sharpie and the Pick permanent marker. Both of those just bled straight through, so they certainly won't be getting a go. This one here is the Pitt Artist markers. They also did a little bit of ghosting, nothing too bad, but I probably, considering I have the Tombos and these other selections here, I probably won't be using those in the journal here. Have my Staedtler Tri Plus fine liners. So there's a range of colours in these, and I've only got 5 of those, and they didn't come through at all, so I'll make sure I'll be using those as well. Mind you, as you can see, I have wore my grey down to nothing, so I better go and get a new grey. And the other one that I'm going to use are these. These are friction colours, and it didn't show through at all. And the thing I really like about these is, as it says, they're friction. So using friction, you can rub them out. So if I just use on the tip of the cap is a little, it's like a hard bit of rubber. And if you just rub, voila, it disappears. So I really like that, and I have used it already. So that's the selection of pens. I also have a 2H Staedtler pencil as well, because I will be sketching out my layouts before I put pen to paper. I have just a white gel pen to cover up any mistakes. I've already used that. And just a rubber and a little ruler. Now, I don't know how well I'll use the ruler. I want to try to keep things pretty freehand, so if the line's a little bit wobbly, so be it. In saying that, somewhere down the track I may decide to give it a bash of drawing the lines out each month to see whether I like that look, but you know, I think that's going to be too much fiddling around. Now, this part of the process video is my second attempt at it. The first attempt I took this green mat away and the lighting was just totally thrown out. It was very flickery, I think is probably the best word to use. So in a moment I'll flip you back over to doing a voiceover, and because so far I've done the yearly setup and January setup. So through both of those setups I did do it without the matting, so the lighting occasionally does get a little bit flicky, but it sort of comes and goes, so hopefully you'll be able to bear through that. A little bit more about this journal before I flip it over. So this journal is a Otto, that's the way you say the journal, the name of it. It is a dot journal, so as you can see there are dots. I like it, it lays nice and flat. Similar to the other ones, it has a little pocket at the back. The back has a number of lined pages, and it also has a number of grid pages as well. So you see how that goes. At the front it just has somewhere to put your name and where to return it to if you lose it. Tells you a little bit about getting started, and then it has a key symbol. Now it has some keys symbols here. I probably won't be using those. As I said, for a long time I've used diaries and journals, and through work, if I have ever had a task that I needed to do, I always just did a triangle, and then when I had completed the task I just colour it in. Now I've done that for 10 plus years, so I'll probably just keep going with that method, and I will come up with the rest of them as I go along. And then it goes into the index, and then it goes straight into the pages. So I will flip you over now and we'll go through the setup. I'm not too sure whether I'll do the whole setup plus this in one video, or I might split it up into a couple. We'll see how we go. Talk to you in a moment. So here's where I flipped it back over, and as you can see the lighting's quite out, so there's a bit of shadow, which I don't generally have, and which the shadowing does get better. So if you hang in there it will get better, and occasionally you'll see a bit of a flickering happen as well. So this is the start of my yearly part of the journal, and I've only actually done 2 things in the yearly, and I'm going to do this overview calendar, or 2018 at a glance. And so I'm going to put 6 months on each side, and then just put some lines down the middle in between them. So I go through and do that, and while I do that, what I'll do down in the middle with the lines is I'll come back in and I'll write down all the yearly birthdays and events that I need to add. I do flip back over again at the end and show you this page complete. So you'll see me come back in and show you how that looks with all the colours and all the events added to the middle section. But I get a little bit scared to to put the colour on the page, so I sort of just did this year at a glance, and then I flipped over and did my next page, and then I went actually through and did the rest of the January setup, but I decided I will make that another video. I think this goes for about 12 minutes, so that's probably long enough. But I'll also put that up very shortly too, so you can see that before January gets here. And the only other thing that I have in a year at a glance is, in the yearly section, is a tracker, which is going to be a year in pixels. So I've saw a few people, and look, I think nothing that I do in this journal is my total original idea. As I said earlier, I watched a trillion videos, so I've picked up tips everywhere, and I've certainly seen someone do this year in a pixel, so I thought it looked quite cool, and I will give it a go. I don't think I'll do too many trackers through each month. I've only got one tracker that I'll be doing. That's what I'll start off doing anyway, and we'll see how we go. I flip back over in a minute and show you the flip through, and then I'll be done. So hopefully you enjoy this one. Come back and watch the next couple. They will be getting better. Give me a thumbs up if you did like it. Let me know. So here's the lighting that hopefully you'll see going forward, and I think that's a little bit better. So please stick with it next time. Come back, and as I said, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Feel free to leave any comments and questions. I love to hear about your questions, and I'll answer them as much as I can. Talk to you on the next one. Have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and a lovely Christmas and holiday season. Talk to you then. Bye.